All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, today there was an arrest made by the Sheriff's Department, FBI, and a whole bunch of people, or police departments, on a gentleman that killed a young teen in Indiana and buried her in his backyard. And should we pay attention to this murder? Let's take a look at the guy's face. I'm just saying, being that Delphi, there's a very good chance they have some of these people already locked up or even being investigated. But let's see if we can take a look. See if we can't blow this face up some. All right, let's take a look here. See this. Where'd it go? No, there we go. All right, there's the space. Same nose, same cheeks. If we can get closer, you can see that. I'm trying to hold the camera as steady as I can get. I don't know if you can see that or not. But they made that arrest today. Let's listen real quick to what they got to say. Hello, Debbie. Can you see that? All right, we're going to listen real quick to see. Can you hear the other people talking? Can you hear that, Debbie? Can you hear it now? You can't hear nothing? Good and clear. All right, hold on. Any better? All right. I'm going to have to try and fix that. Hold on. So they picked up some guy, Richard Scott, or Preston, or whatever the guy's name was. For murder of a young teen girl buried on his property. Should Delphi be checking into this guy? How many remains or found on the property. And should people be looking at cases like this, being that Delphi is still an open case? I believe the guy's name was Preston Scott or something like that. So keep an open mind. Yes, Richard Allen is behind bars, and he probably wouldn't be there unless there was evidence. Keegan Kline is doing 40 years. You don't get 40 years for luring one girl and just getting photos from her. There's rumors he had hundreds and hundreds of kitty photos and naked nude photos, Keegan Kline, which played a part in this case, folks. Believe it or not, a lot of people threw Keegan Kline to the side as nothing. Well, nothing. You don't get 40 years in prison for nothing. So, yeah, possibly. I'm not saying he is, but I would think Delphi should maybe look into that guy possibly. Maybe he's a serial killer. Maybe he did it. Who knows? Until this case is completely closed, they're all suspects. And we keep looking for people that have demeanors that would commit a crime like this. So, do I think it's bigger than what people are leading to believe on YouTube and social media, whatever? Yes. I believe it's everything that the police and government has been saying for a while. We got a problem with these people in our country. And it's a big ring, big money in it. And I know it's sick. I was raised, you work for a living. I don't know how these people make a living at taking kids. I don't understand it. Or photos of young kids are very sick individuals, but money fuels. They're evil. Nothing more to say about it. We don't know how many people were involved in Delphi. You want the truth? There's the truth. You can do all kinds of research. You could do all kinds of hacking computers, whatever. The bottom line is we have no idea how big it is. It could be simple as one guy did it and staged it to look like others. It could be exactly what the government's saying, a big giant ring, which makes sense. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll get up here and say I'm wrong. But there's more to what meets the eye in Delphi and in other cases, I believe, where the similarities of whether it be the kidnapping or staging of bodies or even murder weapons are too much of a coincidence not to be somewhere the same group of people or one person. I don't know. That's the thing. We won't know until court date, until the government says this is what we have. Will they ever? I don't know. Will the case ever make it to court? I have no idea. I have no idea. Is he innocent? Guilty? I have no idea. I can make my assumptions and theories, but the truth is you don't have the evidence in front of your face. If you did, that the DNA said this is Richard Allen's DNA, this is Richard Allen's gun, this is Richard Allen's phones and data from all his devices and everything. Right? This is him on the bridge. When the government says that, of course, I know the government, and I know the government has a better piece of footage. That's somebody got their hands on YouTube and made it look like it's someone else. Come day of court, And that footage is played in court. I bet you it's going to look a lot clearer. And we're going to see a lot more of it. And we're actually going to see if that dude gets so close to the camera that there's no way anyone can deny that that's Richard Allen, or we can say that is not Richard Allen and that's somebody else, which is very possible. We really don't know. We've had YouTube creators out there creating fake information, photos, even even video of this. We've had so many of these YouTubers claim they knew years before all this leak stuff of the crime scene. We all remember SH. He was going to kill me 50 times. Right? I don't know. For all we know, SH was telling the truth, and it was his dad. But his dad has been dead for years, and they would have came out and said Dennis Harmon was bridge guy. The police would have came out with that just to ease the people's minds that they're doing their jobs. That one at a time they're getting to these people that had a hand in or knew about information before it was even released. And people they're flipping out. Well, how did it? Well, because these guys were screaming that years ago. Had to be 3 years ago, 4 years ago. However long. I can't remember the dates automatically that these YouTubers were making videos. Even Harmon and Greeno, that the crime scene. They knew exactly what went down there. But they did get a couple things wrong. But the things that they did get right proved that something fishy was going on, because only the killers or the people involved in the crime or the search team or police would have known exactly what was at that crime scene and how it went down. So therefore, do you have to ask any more questions? I don't know. They can't put the dots together that it's possible these YouTubers created this massive thing to cover up something else. We don't know. I'm not saying they did, but it sure does look fishy to me. And if I have only a half a brain and a disability, and I can see that some of these people are throwing out a line of crap, I don't know what it's going to take to convince anyone else. I'm not here to convince anybody else. I'm here to make a video on content and my reevaluation of what some of these people that were actually suspects in question in the case. Nobody made them make them videos, folks. They made them videos on themselves. Nobody told Anthony Greeno to make a video saying his phone got confiscated from the police and he was questioned on it. He found a flip phone, but the police didn't want it. Right? But yet they took his real phone. Right? How many times did Harmon have to get a phone? It's all a line of crap. I can't buy it. I'll wait until court date. And there's been other ones that have been helping them pump this line of crap out that they knew nothing about it. Well, that's funny because years ago, you guys were talking about it. Now you're saying, nope, this is just happened 6 months ago that this leak came out. Well, you guys were talking about that years ago. You guys were the ones pushing Odin's. a long time ago, or some gang or something you belong to, or so. I don't know. We didn't make you make the videos. Now, of course, if it was all acting, then they acted themselves into knowing exactly what the crime scene was like. How did they know that? But years and years ago. It had to be 3 years ago, if not longer. 2, 3 years ago. I don't know. Maybe they should check into this Preston Scott dude. Or uh, did he always look that way with a big giant beard? His hair. Mhm. How old is he? What's his height? Yeah. When you have an open mind and an open case that's going on, you look at other people within that area that are committing crimes to younger kids or teens or kidnapping people. So you look at them also when the case is still ongoing and they're talking about it's possibly a pedo ring. Yeah, I would say maybe. Now, there you go, folks. You check it out yourselves. The video's name is Channel 13, or wait, WTHR channel. Rush County Sheriff Office announces man arrested for murder in the search for missing teen Valerie Tia. So, Delphi, do we take a look at that guy? Possibly. And you don't have to believe what I say. You don't have to agree with my theories or anything. Hello, Laura E. Hello, Marlene Lago. You folks can make your own minds up. You're adults. I'm just giving you content and trying to help the best I can. Right? The guy was arrested in Indiana, in that area, anywhere in Indiana, right? You do a crime like that, they should be looked at because there's 30 some girls or kids or something that are either missing down there in that area or have been already killed. So it's very possible. We don't know. And Doug Carter, the sheriff, the guy is right. He's right. It is probably a power thing with these people. And you know what, Mr. Carter, if you're watching, or the police department or anybody, everybody wants to get this case over and done with and bring these people in. I can agree with them on that. I'm not going to lie about that. Everybody wants to solve this case. Some to be the hero, some because you just don't want these idiots on the streets. When you have children or even uh, nephew, nieces, friends, whatever it may be, these are very bad people. And I'm appalled at some of these YouTube creators that take Keegan Kline off of the table because he might not have been there or did the murders himself. He was a pedo, trafficker of photos, and who knows what, a sicko. Drugs, club, whatever you want to call it. He might not have done the murders, but he was caught talking to a 13-year-old girl and asking for nude photos, and he knew she was only 13. Totally different than a man talking to a woman with a woman's photo, and she's telling him she's uh, 30, 40 years old, and it comes to find out it's a teenager, right? Totally different. This guy knew they were young kids. He probably even knew them in town. But as Keegan Kline, not Anthony Shots. Does that make sense? I don't know. Probably not. There you go. Preston Scott. They just picked him up today, I believe. Made a big arrest. FBI involved. Many people involved. Many groups. And now they'll dissect him. Now that they have him, the FBI will interrogate him in the police departments. They'll pull all kinds of DNA from him. And they'll look at other cases that have gone unsolved in Indiana and maybe surrounding states, because that's how the government operates. It's a machine, and it takes time to go through all this data and phone records and all the tips. It takes time, folks. I wish we had a super brain computer that we could put this stuff into and it pop out within a second the answers. But this guy might not have even had a record. This guy, Preston Scott, might have flew under the radar for many years. They might have had DNA from other crimes, maybe. I don't know. It wouldn't hurt to look into them. Indiana has them already in their possession. We might as well question him on Delphi. Or any of his friends. Let's see who they are. Let's see what kind of sick people are doing this to our children. Young teens. How many are buried on his property? We don't know. Want to give a shout out to Art of Deduction, Frank, nicknamed the Dutchman, aka great live kid. Don't be offensive because I call you a kid. You're 30 years old. You're still a pup. It's a problem with younger generation today. They got no respect for us 50-year-old guys. So, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I say we look into this guy, being that it's an ongoing case. It wouldn't hurt to look into this Preston Scott guy. Don't take anything off of the table. Always have a open mind when it comes to cases. No, a different photo, Miss Rubiano. A different photo. It was a different photo. But it wouldn't hurt to look into this. And remember, folks, we are tracking people. Anybody that had contact with Richard Allen, Keegan Klein, anyone else that was questioned in this case and their devices taken and they were questioned are all suspects until the case is over with. I don't know what to say. There's still suspects, even though it's an ongoing case. Now, once again, on this channel, this is only my theories and my speculations on thoughts of videos that I've watched over the years on some of these people. And that's it. I don't know any of these people personally. I've never met them in my life. Most of the problem is because I make videos and I'm real. And I comment and I make videos on these people that are suspects. And they themselves said they were questioned in the case on camera. That makes it public domain. Do I have a beef with any of these suspects or YouTubers? No. Personally, no. I don't know them. I'm just a viewer and a sub, just like they're a viewer and a sub, and they don't know me. You're allowed to go anywhere in YouTube without having to pick sides. And on this channel, you will never have to pick sides. If you think I'm an idiot, then that's your right. I'll agree with you. But that ain't going to change my thoughts on the Delphi case and the players in the game. And the evidence the data, the DNA, the forensic evidence, and the investigation will solve Delphi. And it will get all these people, if they are even in a phone, and friends of these sickos. We don't know. They might be. Now, you ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. And be safe, and God bless. I want to thank my great mod Debbie for showing up. I want to thank Marlena Largo, Laura E., which Laura E.'s been in here before. Donna Rubio, she's been in here before. But most of all, the great mod Debbie Fox. And who else? Who else stopped in? I think that's it. But there you go, folks. It wouldn't hurt to go ahead and take a look at that guy. And remind you, he has a long beard now. I did look at his mugshot. He does have them shoulders. I don't know what his size is. I didn't see his height or weight. But that face, that big beard, I don't know. Shave it down into a goatee. And let's see, we'll throw a hat on him or whatever. Let's see. Walk him down the bridge. I don't know. I mean, if we really want to get technical, I mean, could we do that, Mr. Duck Carter? If you're listening, could we really do that? Dress this guy up as bridge guy, walk him down the bridge and see what he looks like? Could we do that to Richard Allen? Could we do that to Chadwell? Can we do that to Keegan Klein? Walk the bridge. We need data. I mean, heck, we could put little sensors on every joint in their legs and arms, and have them walk down that thing, and it'll actually give us his gait. So where we could take bridge guy's gait, him walking down the bridge, and we could take it from these guys and see if them points. Technology has come real far. All right. I want to thank all ladies and all you dudes for stopping in, if there is any dudes watching. You're all great people. Be safe. God bless. Let's see real quick if Debbie he embarrassed me live on other channel, making an assumption I am using fake account. No, I didn't. I said somebody was in my chat using a fake account with your name. I didn't know if it was you or not. There's been other people in here saying they're Donna Rubio. One day you come in and you're nice, but then there's someone else comes in with a different photo, and they're very rude in here, and then they leave. And then you come back and everything's a good time, and then you leave, and then someone comes back with another Donna Rubionio, but with just a letter of a D. I don't know. Maybe I got confused. If it was my confusion, I'm not too big of a man not to apologize, but I was just looking out for you, Mrs. Donna Rubio, really. But to each their own. You have the right to believe whatever you folks want. Now, you folks have a great day. Be safe. God bless. And let's take a look at Preston Scott, or whatever his name is, and make sure you check out that video. And have a great day. Be safe. And God bless all of you.